KSI just leaked his earnings on national television, but how much is KSI actually worth in total? We're going to find out in this video, so stick around. We're going to see the number at the end, and it's probably not what you're expecting.
YouTube Studio is probably one of the main things I look at.
Oh my God, it's all your statistics.
Yeah. Oh, no, exclusive.
Oh my God, these are numbers what? Estimated revenue? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be looking into your revenue streams.
Oh, for God's sake.
So as we just saw there, KSI's revenue for this month on YouTube was $105,000 US. If we extrapolate that over the years, it's over $1.2 million, which isn't much for one of the most popular YouTubers in the world. KSI is definitely one of the most popular YouTubers in the UK, and worldwide he's one of the most popular YouTubers. But KSI is also an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. He owns multiple businesses, has multiple investments, and he's worth much more than just his YouTube earnings. So we're going to dive into that in this video. So I've had a look into KSI's main forms of income. So he has his YouTube revenue from his own channel. He has Prime Hydration. He has other investments like Lunchly is probably the biggest one outside of his own companies, Misfits Boxing, and the actual Sidemen group channel. He has a real estate portfolio as well, which we're going to look into, which is very surprising. And he also has other little investments. So he's talked before about he's had crypto investments that he's lost tens of millions on, I think it was, or definitely in the high millions, if not tens of millions. And he also has loads of other investments, which we're not going to look at all them little investments. We're going to look at the main ones. So the main ones that I said, we're going to go straight into that now. So Prime Energy. So KSI is a co-owner, co-founder of Prime Energy. And I used this article because I thought the pictures were funny. Some AI pictures of Logan Paul and KSI, which look nothing like them. But the majority owner is actually a brand called Congo Brands. And Logan Paul owns 20% and KSI own 20%. So what is Prime Energy worth? Well, when Prime Energy first came out, everyone knows that the hype was crazy. People were talking about it was worth in the billions. But since that initial hype, it started to die down. So if we look into their recent figures, again, most of this is estimated. Don't take this all for fact. I'm just going off the sources I have available. So if we look at the recent figures, Logan Paul's Prime sales plummet in a key market as the once popular drink has growing pains. So let's go straight into the article. Revenue for Prime. Logan Paul and KSI's energy drink fell more than 70% in the UK in the last year. But the buzz didn't last. The company's UK revenue fell to about 70% from the previous year, according to public filings. The company pulled in about 33 million in 2024 sales compared to around 112 million in the prior year. But it's harder to see the global numbers. So we have a conservative estimate of their revenue from the years 2024 to 2025. We have $300 million and 219 million pounds. If we do a 4x on that revenue for a valuation that is valued at $1.2 billion or 86 million pounds. And like I said, KSI is reported to have a 20% share. So his share would be worth 175 million pounds or $240 million if we're going off that 4 times valuation. So next we'll be looking at Misfits Boxing. So KSI helped co-found Misfits Boxing in 2022. And we have an article here from 2023. So it's quite old now. There's not much available online about Misfits valuation, but these are the sort of numbers people are talking about. So I'm KSI's manager who set up Misfits Boxing. Just 12 months later, it's worth over 100 million. So again, these are estimates. It could be based on revenue valuations. It could be based on, there's different ways to value businesses basically, but this is what they estimated at in 2023. I think it probably peaked around 2024. I'd say Misfits has definitely taken a little bit of a decline since then. So let's just give a rough estimate of 100 million. Let's just give 100 million pounds as the estimate. Again, we don't actually know KSI's percentage of this. Is not public knowledge. Let's just say 20% of this again. I know there's a few different companies involved. I know The Zone helped promote it. I know Wasserman Boxing Group helped promote it. So there's definitely a few fingers in the pie for this one. But let's say KSI has a 20% of that. That would be 20 million pounds. So nothing to be sniffed at. 20 million pounds if we do a conservative estimate of that one. Next, we're going to look at Lunchly. So if you haven't heard of Lunchly, it's basically a spin-off or a copy of Lunchables. If you had that when you was a kid, it's a little snack pack, and you get to choose what you buy. So you can choose, I think they have nachos, pizza, a couple other variations, and you dip your little nachos in it and you make your little snack with it. I used to like them when I was a kid, and they have made their own one. So I think it's a joint venture between MrBeast, KSI and Logan Paul. Again, it's not clear how much equity they each own in it, but let's give a rough valuation for this one. Let's say 10%. So again, there's not much online about how much Lunchly is made. Lunchly is, I think, is inside MrBeast Holding Company. So MrBeast Holding Company is valued at $5 billion. And of that holding company, MrBeast owns over half of that. And people estimate that Lunchly within this company is worth around $200 million. So $200 million, let's say KSI has a 10% share of that as well. So that would be $20 million, $20 million in pounds. Let's do the quick conversion. So that would be 14 million pounds. Again, these are all estimates. It's not all public information out there. We could just do our best to make some figures on what sort of numbers KSI is looking at for each of these companies. And the next revenue stream we're going to be looking at is Sidemen. So if you don't know who the Sidemen are, here's an article on Lad Bible. So the Sidemen is KSI's YouTube group, and they've been around for, I'm pretty sure, over 10 years, maybe about 12 years. They started producing YouTube videos as a group, and they moved into other ventures like clothing, alcohol, fast food. They have so many sub brands within that Sidemen group, and they have done a lot in the last few years, and they've built up some really good brands like Sidemen clothing. For me, I've never actually bought anything, but when I look at their designs, it looks like an actual clothing brand rather than merch. And I think that's their goal, is to build long lasting brands within that Sidemen group. And I don't need to talk too much about the Sidemen. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this knows who they are. At least they just have heard of the Sidemen. So collectively, the Sidemen brand is reported to be worth around $66 million or 50 million pounds, and that is with all them sub companies I've been talking about, plus their channel as well. They still post regularly, weekly, daily, almost content between all their channels. And the Sidemen is comprised of 7 people, so each person gets an equal share of this. And so KSI's share of the Sidemen group would be $9.4 million or 7.14 million pounds. And the last part of KSI's net worth we're going to be talking about is his property portfolio. So KSI has been building a property portfolio in and around London for, I think I heard of this about 6 or 7 years ago, that he was really taking it seriously. So this article is from 2022. So this is saying his net worth back in 2022 was an estimated 21 million. How times have changed, because it's definitely way more than that, like we'll find out right at the end of the video. But his property portfolio back then was estimated to be worth 10 million. And there's actually a video on KSI talking about his houses and his investing strategy about 3 or 4 years ago. So let's take a look.
I have over 10 houses all around England. Altogether, it's like 10 million plus. I just rent them all, mortgage free. Invest in property. Property is very important, just because I know like how valuable those assets are. So money can't buy you happiness, but it can definitely rent happiness.
So that was the latest information I've seen from KSI about his properties. He's probably added more, probably appreciated in value. We could really go in his company's house and look further into, but just for this video, we're going to say 10 million. So the final number we have for KSI's estimated net worth. So again, all these numbers are estimated. Prime Hydration, his stake, his 20% stake, £175 million, $240 million. Misfits Boxing, again, assumed 20% stake, £20 million and $27.4 million. Sidemen, he has an estimated £7 million share in this, or $9.4 million. Lunchly, this is purely estimates. No one knows how much he owns, but we're saying $20 million and £14 million. Real estate, we're going off the last numbers he said, £10 million and $13 million. And his YouTube AdSense on his personal channel, £996,000, $1.365 million. Not even taken into consideration ad placements and brand deals, but our total net worth for KSI estimated is £227.9 million, $311.9 million. So KSI, one of the most popular YouTubers in the UK, if not the world, has shown that you don't just have to stick to one source of income. You can make your money, diversify, go into other investments, and that is what's going to make you wealthy. Guys, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a comment, subscribe, follow me for daily YouTube content. I'm broke, baby.